Do you play Valorant all the time, but you're not ranking up or improving as fast as you'd want to? Chances are that you're making some of the mistakes I'm gonna cover in this video. The first thing I'm gonna cover is really important, and it could sound contradictory, but it's that you might actually be playing too much ranked. You're probably asking yourself how playing too much would impact you negatively, and it's pretty simple. If you're just constantly queuing comp for hours and hours every day, chances are that after a couple of games, your brain is already tired, so your chance of winning goes down with every game you play after that. You want to bring your A game in the few games you play each day, and to make sure of that, you want to be fully focused. That's not easy after playing 8 hours straight. What you want to do instead is to play less. I'd say the ideal number of games each day is between 3 to 6. And if you want to play more, then spend some extra time practicing your aim and agent in custom games. Now, this is of course not something that you have to follow precisely, and if you're feeling good that day, then feel free to play some more ranked. Just make sure that you're fully focused, because sometimes queuing into that one extra game can be a mistake. That brings us on to the next mistake I often see, and that's tilt queuing. Simply put, this is when you've lost one or multiple games and you keep playing to finally win a game. This ties into the last mistake about making sure you're focused when playing, and tilt queuing is the opposite of that. Not only will you not be focused, but you'll also already be in a negative state of mind, which will probably cause you to make more mistakes in game, such as pushing to get a kill when you don't need to and more. On top of this, you'll also get irritated more easily, so the chance of an argument between teammates occurring is much higher when you're tilted. My suggestion for you is to take a short break after you've had a rough game. Perhaps your aim was off, and in that case you want to go do some deathmatch. If you played well but still lost the game, then simply taking a short break from the game should be enough to get you in a good state of mind. Sometimes you're not struggling to rank up, you're just not as patient as you need to be. The reason you can't rank up might just be that you're still quite new to the game and simply haven't gained the fundamental knowledge required yet. Considering you only need an above 50% winner to rank up, and most people already have that, this is probably the case for a lot of players. If this sounds like you, then just keep practicing and you'll get there. If you on the other hand have been playing the game for a long time, but have been hardstuck for a while, then you're gonna need to implement some of the other tips in this video. Another mistake you could be making is focusing too much on ranking up instead of improving. I get it, you want to rank up as fast as possible, but to make sure that you're gonna be able to keep that rank you achieve long term, you want to instead focus on improving as a player and not just winning and climbing the ranks as fast as possible. This will not only help you improve faster, but also change your mindset totally and make it so that you're having a way better time when playing. I know how frustrating losing and not playing well is. Trust me, I used to tilt all the time in the past. But once I started looking at things in a different way, and instead of tilting, trying to analyze what happened to see what I could do better, things changed. I noticed that I wasn't getting as tilted, and I also learned things and improved a lot faster. The next mistake ties into the last one, and that's not VOD reviewing or actively trying to point out your mistakes and bad habits. If you're serious about improving and ranking up in Valorant, you need to make sure that you eliminate bad habits when you spot them. A common bad habit is always crouching when you get into a fight. This is something that might be hard to realize that you're doing when you're just playing, but if you're watching over a previous game of yours and pausing it when you die to think what you could have done differently, chances are that you'll notice the fact that you crouch for no reason at all, and then you just have to correct it and stop with that bad habit. Things like this could be easily prevented by reviewing your own games. A big mistake that's unfortunately very common is people focusing too much on their stats and KD ratio. It's totally okay not to go 20 and 10 if you're winning important clutches or getting entry frags. Sometimes you need to go first and let yourself die in order for your team to succeed. So the sooner you get used to that and stop caring about your stats, the better. People who care too much about stats also generally tend to be more toxic. And if you think that stats is all that matters, it's very easy to get into an argument with someone in game when you see that they have lower stats than you and you think that they are the reason you're losing the game. So trying to learn that stats doesn't always matter as much as you think they do early. That's all I got for this video. I hope you use some of these tips into your own game, and I hope it helps you. See you next time.